From the vast expanse of the universe to the tiniest of particles that make up our world, everything is connected in a delicate dance. The stars align and galaxies spin, creating a symphony of existence that is both beautiful and mysterious. But in the midst of all this cosmic wonder, there is something that holds a special place in the hearts of people everywhere. Something that brings us together, bridges the gap between cultures, and satisfies our hunger like nothing else can. That something is the humble sandwich. In this documentary, we explore the story of a local deli, a place where the art of sandwich making reaches new heights, and the bonds of community are forged one bite at a time. For it is the love of a good sandwich that truly makes the world go round. Nestled in the heart of Chattanooga, Tennessee, is a place where the aroma of freshly baked bread and the sizzle of sizzling meats mix to create a symphony of flavors. The River Street Deli is more than just a local eatery. It's a cornerstone of the community, where people come together to enjoy a warm meal and each other's company. With its quaint storefront and friendly staff, the River Street Deli is a true gem, offering a range of classics and creative sandwiches made with the freshest ingredients and an eye for detail. From the savory meats and cheeses to the crisp veggies and tangy sauces, every bite is a journey for the senses, and a reminder of why the love of a good sandwich is a universal language. The River Street Deli, located on, you guessed it, River Street, was established in 1998 by owner Bruce Weiss. Bruce Weiss was born in 1948 in the heart of the Bronx, New York, where the deli culture is a way of life. Growing up, he was surrounded by the sights, sounds, and flavors of the iconic delis that dot the city, and it was there that he developed his lifelong love for good food and good company. Over the years, he honed his skills and knowledge, always striving for the perfect bite and the perfect balance of flavors. And when he opened the River Street Deli in 1988, he brought his passion and expertise to the people of Chattanooga, creating a place that is not only a hub of delicious food, but also a gathering place for the community. At the center of the River Street Deli's success is its passionate owner, Bruce Weiss, a lifelong foodie with a love for all things deli. Bruce opened the doors to his dream establishment back in 1988 with a keen eye for quality ingredients and a commitment to the art of sandwich making. Bruce quickly earned a reputation as the go-to spot for a delicious lunch in Chattanooga. Over the years, he has honed his craft, perfecting each and every recipe and building a loyal following of customers who can't get enough of his creations. Despite the challenges and changes that come with running a business, Bruce remains as dedicated and enthusiastic as ever, always seeking new ways to improve and evolve his menu. He is a true visionary in the world of deli, and the River Street Deli would not be the same without his passion and leadership. Here are some scenes from our exclusive interview with the founder.
You know what this sandwich is, right?
Yeah,
It's a New Orleans. In New Orleans, it's a fusion of ethnicities down there. But I've seen it in a bar, some famous places. But I didn't want to copy them, so I saw another recipe from a bar in New Orleans. So I added a couple of things.
right, your own little twists.
Got my own twist to it by taking pastrami, so that takes the Jewish fusion and adds it to the Italian, the Creole, the French. Right?
Yeah.
All together. The bread is called the boule, and then I changed the tapenade on the top, or the jardiniere, to artichoke with olives.
Okay.
So, and people just love it.
Oh yeah.
It's a very popular sandwich. We have a
It's a
bunch
burst
of
of flavor. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
In this particular case, you open up a restaurant, you're called an entrepreneur. It's like
Right.
tough business, but it's rewarding because to me it's like an extension of art, culinary art.
Right.
But you have to really be devoted and commit to whatever it is you're going to do. In this case, when I started this place 26 years ago, quarter of a century, I set out to do what I've done. Have an eclectic mix of food where I could have 10 people sitting in a couple of tables or whatever, and one person wants to get something from New Orleans, the other person wants something right out of New York. Today I had Italian beef, a Chicago classic, and then we threw in the mix a Vietnamese-French fusion called the banh mi. So what I did is that this is an eclectic mix of all the different delis I've ever
Yeah, you wanted a diverse. You wanted like the.
That's what I have.
Right.
I use top quality stuff. I try to do as much business as I can locally. Suppliers and all that, all
Right.
locally.
Keep the money in the community.
Yeah, in other words, when you go to a Chipotle, where's the money go?
To the corporate Chipotle, yeah.
When you go to Jimmy John's, where's it go?
Right.
You go to McAllister's, where's it go? Chili's, all that stuff. Here, it stays here. All these people live in town.
Yeah, the key to the culture of Chattanooga is keeping those local businesses.
Well, actually, the key to local business is extremely important. But the culture that I encountered when I came down here, this kind of thing didn't exist. The culture here was meat and three, right?
Right.
Completely different.
Yeah.
I introduce stuff to people like, different kinds of food that they, and I get adamant, I kid with them, but I'm adamant. You don't put mayonnaise and white bread with pastrami. That's not the way to eat it. So I mean, I try to keep to that. I try to keep the authentic, keep the authenticity of the food, and be able to provide people with a nice eclectic mix of stuff. So I grew up in a 5-story walk-up in the Bronx, and the building was, most of the people there were immigrants, my family included, and but the food, everybody hung out in kitchens,
Right.
grandparents' house. We all lived in the same building, and food was an essential, like anything.
Part of the culture, right?
Well, part of every
Everything,
culture.
yeah.
Together.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody dies, what do?
You have
They have food.
you have
Yeah.
food in
Somebody
there.
gets married, what do?
Yeah, food, yeah.
Somebody's born, what do?
Food.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
But I wasn't in this my whole life.
Yeah.
I had other venues. I taught at UTC. Years ago, I used to do, you ever see the stuff on television with the courtroom illustration? Well, you weren't allowed to take
yeah.
a camera into a courthouse.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had to have artists come in and draw proceedings. It's called reportage.
Okay.
I used to do that.
Oh, okay.
I graduated visual arts in Manhattan, but cooking is a passion,
Right.
like art is a passion. Don't stop eating, unless you don't like it. It's okay.
No, I love it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just
I-
enjoying
I just felt-
listening
I
to
thought
you.
It would be a
Sure,
little. I just
sure,
thought it would be a
listen.
little, disrespectful.
No, I didn't find that. Not at all. In fact, I find it more respectful that you eat the
You're
food.
eating in front of
Yeah.
you, yeah, eating a sandwich in front of him,
Absolutely. What's really neat here, it's a very unique place, the Deli. People come, from all over, just to get this.
Is there a sandwich in particular that has like a sentimental value?
No.
No.
Sentimental?
Yeah, just like something that means something.
No, I don't think it's not about, I have certain personal preferences, but I don't get too worked up emotionally over stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to make sure that whatever you get is right. I want to make sure that the presentation is right. I want to make sure that you get the best quality of product, locally baked bread, the best quality cold cuts, right? I want every time you come in, if you came in 8 months, if you came in a year from now, it's always going to taste the same. I had had a sandwich here. And every day I mean, it's kind of fun, especially when you see people coming in here 4 times a week or 3 times a week for lunch.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's customer acquisition. I don't know, they come here often.
What made you want to come to Chattanooga and start
Now
up here?
now we're going to a different direction, which is okay. I was in, you know what the apparel industry means? See a T-shirt? Somebody had to put that design together
Okay.
and print it with a screen print to put on that shirt. There's a label in the back of your T-shirt. Or if you open up the sport jacket, is there a label in it?
I do. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Somebody,
stitched in.
they paid somebody to design that. Had a business in New York that's what I did. We offered graphic design for the apparel industry. Right? So I had been in that business for 25 years, and me and this guy got together. We opened up our own graphic design business.
This is after you graduated with visual arts, or
Oh yeah.
okay.
Really good. Now, so I had the ability, and we opened up a graphic design business because we both had a lot of experience in the apparel
Industry, you're right.
And we were in business about 9 years, and we're pretty well known in that industry in New York. And these guys asked me if I'd consult with some people, and I did. And they ended up making me an offer I couldn't refuse.
What was the offer?
Money. I mean,
Well, yeah, okay.
to join a corporate turnaround team.
Oh, okay.
Corporate turnaround team is like a company that goes into another company that's hurting.
And then bring them up.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, okay.
that's their job. So
Right.
they come in and they bring in people. They get rid of a lot of people.
Right.
They bring in fresh people, and I was part of that team, which brought me down here.
Oh, okay.
When the job ended, right after a couple of years, whatever, I loved it down here. So I walked into a restaurant downtown owned by a Jamaican guy by the name of Neville Forsyth, and I was 46, and I said, "You need an apprentice?" He looked at me and says, "Show up on Wednesday." I'd been to the restaurant,
Right.
and small place, New Hole, but he had really great credentials. Culinary Institute graduate, a Navy, chef in the Navy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I always liked cooking growing up in New York, and really fell in love with it working with him. Because
Yeah.
I actually apprenticed,
Oh, yeah.
no school, apprenticed right there.
Just learn just straight off the
Yup.
off the line.
Right there on the line.
Yeah.
No need.
And so that's, that
Pretty
brought
much
me,
where we're-
brought me into the food business.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And it's like, what am I going to do when I'm down here? I didn't feel like being back in that garment
Yeah,
thing.
corporate.
I was done
yeah.
with that. And I had my own business for a long time. I didn't feel like getting back into a corporate structure. And I got together with a couple of people, and we opened up this. And one guy, the money guy, died prior to opening.
Oh,
A good friend. The other guy, good guy, friend of mine, but he couldn't do the commitment that has to be done to make a business like this successful.
Right.
It's total commitment. So the energy that you think you put out for doing anything, if you're an entrepreneur, triple it.
Right.
'Cause there ain't nobody you're reporting to but you.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna make it work but you.
Except you, yeah. Your destiny is in your own hands.
And that's the thing. You want to be able to take that challenge seriously and deal with it.
Gotcha.
Never, you don't take no when people are looking at you and you just say, no, man, stick with it. No matter what happens. You got to be smart enough to know when to fold them. But
Right.
usually you just stay with it and you use your head. Use everything you got to make it work.
Right.
It ain't something that's just going to come to you.
So yeah, through trial and error too.
Well, yeah, you got to be able to be diverse.
Yeah.
And you have to have a strong will.
Right.
Just work it.
Yeah, this is great. I have one more question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about running the deli? Is it making the food? Is it the people?
I love dealing. Look, the food is definitely, I love that, the creativity of it. But I really enjoy dealing with the people. The only downside of that is, really not a downside, but the way I do it here, where I'm actually engaged with every person that comes in, at the end of the day, stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be tiresome.
Oh yeah, you got to be up. It's like you got to be upbeat. You got to think really quick on your feet. And of course you're gonna get all kinds of people that come in.
Right.
Sometimes it's downright frustrating.
Still gotta put that smile on your face
Well, you
sometimes.
try, it's
Yeah.
not just smile, but it's just gotta keep your head in the game.
Right.
And we should do that. But it doesn't matter what business it is. If you're an entrepreneur, and that's what you guys are set out to do, I mean, filmmaking or whatever, is that what's your passion?
My passion? I don't even know.
Good.
That's it.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It'll come to you. You guys got.
I guess it would be creative.
Well,
I want to become a teacher.
okay, well, that's an honorable thing. Teaching what?
Mathematics.
Cool. See, you'd be a good to have as a partner with somebody, because you do that side of the business. All the left side of the brain thinking, right?
Right.
You got the right side of the brain thinking.
Right. We could be a team.
Depends on what you're doing.
And then kick me out.
Be careful with him with the food business. He'll
Hey, it
know.
was pretty
He'll
good.
know when the profits start.
Yeah.
You know,
Start,
he can-
we're gonna be at a loss.
So what are you doing with this interview?
Well,
We're using it for a documentary about. So basically, specifically, we're in a class of multimedia, and one of our projects were to make up to 15-minute documentary about a story you want to tell.
No, so you did it.
So we went.
You did it.
Yeah.
We could just do the River Street Deli because we're
Yeah.
gonna do multiple just delis around Chattanooga, but I feel like
This one, yeah.
one deli in particular would be, or just one place, one story to
Listen,
tell.
Yeah.
there's a reason why we've gotten every year we're the best of the best.
And it really, I mean,
Yeah.
it
It's a
really,
really
it
good
really
series.
shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them like that here. Also, what's kind of neat is the diversity of my customers. Right? You see kids come in.
How has that been seeing as Chattanooga's been changing, seeing the different
There
people.
was no
coming in?
street when I opened. Did you know that?
Really?
This was nothing but dirt. They just built this. They didn't build the park yet. They were tearing down. There was a Coast Guard reserve station. Yeah, there was no parking lot here. There was no street here.
Was that building with the carousel? Was
No.
That,
There was nothing
so
here.
that was all.
There was no
There
Coolidge
was
Park.
nothing cool. No,
Yeah.
they didn't even have River Street.
Wow.
I wanted to name the place after the street. They didn't have the street name.
Was it just called Deli?
Well, at first I called it the Deli, and then when I had to renew a beer license, they go, "There's what do you mean Deli?" I said, "Well, man, I opened up before you guys named the street."
You should have named the street. You've been here long before the street.
Well, River Street seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
you kill a couple of birds with one stone. Where are you located?
River
Duh.
Street? Yeah.
River Street.
As we close this documentary on River Street Deli, we're reminded of the importance of community and the role each individual has in creating a place that feels like home. Just as a sandwich brings together different ingredients to create a delicious harmony, so too does the community come together creating this special place. From the passionate owner, hardworking staff, and loyal customers, everyone has a role to play in creating a place that feels like family. And let us remember that it is through our connections to each other that makes a place so special and unique, just like the River Street Deli.